Hello again, Fantasy Football Familia, and welcome back to OG Fantasy Football. I am your host, Brian Dunkleman, here with my buddy, my co-host, Johnny Burrell. Johnny, I'm in Orlando, Florida. We're on the same time zone. What's up, brother?
Hey, we're doing it early. We're going to have time to talk a little draft or trade afterwards, I hope.
Oh boy. We can talk about it during the podcast too, Johnny.
If you can stay up. I mean, I know it's early on your body clock, but
well, I'll tell you what, brother, I am in Florida working with my guy, Sam Ryder, with the Ryder Corporation. Commercial 1 in the can, shooting commercial 2 tomorrow. Johnny, my call time, 2 p.m. Let's go all night, baby, all night
Brian
long.
Dunkleman is living the dream, ladies and gentlemen. First row center with his best friend, Gene Simmons, and his sidekick, Ken Way.
You wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the world. Ken!
Johnny, I think about it. I start tearing up. By the way, I hope my hearing comes back. I have been to the Hollywood Bowl many, many times over the years, Johnny, but like you said, pressed up against the railing, front and center at the Hollywood Bowl. Gene Simmons spit on me, John. He spit right upon me. Unbelievable.
Don't take a shower.
Kenny has taken me to 7 Kiss shows. He's seen them 63 times. God bless you, brother Kenny of the Ass Kickers. What an unbelievable experience. I really can't quite hear the same out of my left ear. It'll be fine. I've looked it up online, 36 to 48 hours. In extreme cases, a couple weeks. I guess we're on the extreme case, but that's not keeping me from working hard. Johnny Burrell, what he says. Comedy. What a great day.
Senior, my writer.
The dream is coming true, Johnny, to actually work in your chosen field. I am full of gimlets. We just had my second free dinner. It's my favorite part of working. They refer to me as the talent, as God intended, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We'll talk about a little more later. But week 8 is in the books, or is it week 9, Johnny? You know, the excitement. I can't believe we are 9
on the left coast, but it's 9 over here.
We are 9 weeks in, and man, what a week of football. A lot of low scores this time, Johnny. Look at this. It's almost but one giant one. Steve Lumpy Kears breaks. He's in my head. He breaks the 100 barrier with 102. He's had a terrible season so far, but he's got Austin Eckler is back, 102. Congratulations.
And he's jumped up to 7.
He really did. He was down wallowing, basement dwelling, and he was
in 11th from 11th.
He was 11th last week. That's how fast it goes. How much can you improve in 1 week in your league? Well, I'm 5-4 now. By the way, I'm 5-4 in one league. I have the second most points. Doesn't make sense. Head to head is stupid. This league is the only way. You are never out of it. And you know what? The guy was in first place. I'm a little hoarse. I hope I'm all right by tomorrow. Some young guy is still in first place in this league. He is 32 points ahead of my brother, the Omaha Steaks, Tom Dunkelman. And then still in third place, gaining a little bit of ground. It's my buddy, John Burrell with the suckers. He is 63 out. On nipping at his heels is my nephew, Justin Sharp of Here Comes Debo. He's 66 points behind. Only 3 out of third place. And then, Johnny, it's just a mishmash of just depression. 80 points between 4th and 5th of the Ass Kickers. I'm hanging in there 6th place. 163 points behind. Johnny, how'd you feel about your...
coming right up behind you, 9 points away.
Sorry, he really is nipping at my heels. You and I had the same point total, Johnny.
Yes, we did.
Look at that. And that was, I think, the third best of the week. No, not good. And you know what? It could have been better. Oh, my God, John. Look, I had 2 dart throws this week. I wanted to give another week in this league. It's those out of position scoring points. I had 2 players that I felt could score a 24-pointer at any time. Tajay Spears and Mecole Hardman. And don't do this in your league. But I knew I was flying on Sunday. I had to fly on Sunday for this gig. So I knew I could only really enjoy the Thursday night game. So I started both Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears, hoping for a 24-pointer. Got here in time to watch the Bills. I don't even want to talk about that yet. The good thing is I barely watched the second half. I was downstairs at the bar having drinks with my director and my producers. But Tajay Spears, you're done. And you know what? He missed. What's his name? Tyson? Is it Disley? Whatever the fuck your name is. I'm 3 gimlets and a beer in. He missed him. He threw it right over his head for an 18-pointer. Oh, so many 18-pointers. I've just narrowly.
Levis?
What is it?
Will Levis.
Will Levis. Is that his name? Disley? Is Disley a guy?
I think he's a guy.
We're not doing any editing. We're not doing any fact checking. Fuck you, Disley, is what I'm saying. And I went with Mecole Hardman. Now, I said I wasn't going to watch that game, but you know what? I had to go to the airport at 7:30. I was like, I better just I set the alarm for 6:45. I knew I had to leave my house at 7:30. And you know what? Patty Mahomes threw a touchdown on the opening drive, and I was asleep. That's how it works. And then I watched the game. He didn't throw another one until I got in the car, and I heard that he threw one to McKinnon. 18 points from Patrick Mahomes. Wow, you are up there with Brock Purdy and Jared Goff territory. Oh,
that's
Patty,
his second best week of the year.
Tying your second best performance of the year. I bet you're walking around with your chest all puffed out like you're the big man on campus with your butt sticking up like it's got a corn cob shoved up it, because that's what you look like when you run, Patrick Mahomes. You look like you got a corn cob shoved up your ass. Ooh, 18 points. I'm glad it's your buy.
Grew up surrounded by cornfields, so he knows.
I know.
Something.
Trust me, I know about corn cobs. And I've been in California for a couple decades, Johnny. I know about butts. But that's a different podcast. Good for you, Patrick Mahomes. I'm glad you're on a bye because I got Kyler Murray. Let's go, Kyler Murray. And hey, let's talk about. I thought about picking up who? Josh Dobbs. Holy crap, what a week. Never probably knew what, 5 plays? Didn't plan on playing.
He's an aeronautical engineer. He's a rocket scientist.
Check out the big brain on Dobbs. Maybe I should lower my voice. That's a little bit better. Oh, we got to save it. We got to save it for the magic of television. So he's going to be a hot name on the waiver list. You're not getting him. I can guarantee you that. But Johnny, why don't we take a look at Steve Lumpy Keir's weeks? Because as we say, over 100, good week in this league. And why does he have over 100? Sometimes you just fall backwards into 100 when your shitty quarterbacks, Geno Smith and Trevor Lawrence, he's on a bye. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm screwed. Why don't I just pick up CJ Stroud? 47 points. Johnny, that's like top 20 of all time in our league. Now, that's a huge amount of points.
Just CJ Stroud would have finished 6th in the league this week.
He would have finished 6th in the league.
Yeah. Right behind you and me at 49 points. He had 47.
Yeah, just him alone. Just he alone outscored like 9 guys in our league. That is absurd. Wow, how many passing? And that's with no rushing touchdowns, Johnny.
He did have a rushing scary. 2-pointer.
A 2-pointer to boot. And look at Jonathan Taylor coming back strong with an 18-pointer. Austin Eckler with 2 chippies on Monday night. By the way, I was like getting ready to go to sleep, and there was 6 minutes left in the game. I'm like, why am I watching this? Go to bed. Nothing's going to happen. Stephon Diggs with a touchdown and a 2-pointer, and Tucker just keeps on trucking with 14. Congratulations, Steve Lumpy Keir. Your first decent week of the year, catapulting all the way up to 7th with 102. Hey, look at this. We got 2 people tied for 2nd place. Johnny, why don't you take us through? Who do you want? Omaha Steaks. Right here comes Debo.
I'll take Tom since he's my competition. I'm trying to chase.
That's right.
He gained a little ground on me. He made up gained 7 more points. 56 overall. You know, the Bills played terribly. They're not looking good, but Josh still had 23 points. Josh still being Josh. I don't know what's wrong with the rest of them, but we'll probably get into
by
that.
Josh, and that's 5 better than you, Patty.
Yep.
God bless you. God bless you.
Oh. One more, for goodness.
I'll take it over. Aaron Jones. Welcome back, Aaron Jones. It's been a bad season for him, but he's finally, I guess he's healthy. 6-pointer for him. Butt shot. Brian Robinson, 6 points. He is right up there. And Johnny, man, look at this. You draft Devontae Adams. You're thinking, look at that. I'm going to be all set. But no, it's the WR2 in that offensive juggernaut. Boy, how much do they hate? What's his name? Goodbye, coach. Goodbye, Josh.
See ya, Josh.
Boy, they hated McDaniels. They were roasting a pig, Johnny. They said, let the practice squad, let the practice team come into the game and stand on the sidelines with us. See you later, Joshy. And then Harry Butker with 3 for 56. Not bad. Not a great, that's a very low total for the second place.
18 on the bench with McKinnon.
Oh, that's right. And McKinnon had an 18-pointer. Oh, I heard that on the radio. I was high-fiving myself. Let's take a look at here comes Debo. Jalen Hurts just being Jalen Hurts, 27. What's it like to have a stud? What's it like to have a handsome, light-skinned, beautiful black man as your quarterback? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. My guy has 18, and we're all fucking celebrating. Jalen Hurts, just another 27. God bless you, Jalen Hurts. And that's a big win for Philly. Dallas has had their number. I do believe it's 3 in a row they've beaten Philly, but not this year. Mixon finally gets on the board against our beloved Bills, who can't stop anything. I don't want to talk about it. Kenneth Walker III with a 0. Devonta Smith finally back. Those double points right there. Hurts to Smith. If he gets hot, look out for here comes Debo. And then Sanders. Colonel Sanders with a measly 2. And then he drops the Cowboys, and I pick him up, and I'm so happy. And then he gets the Chiefs. Good for you, Justin. You salvaged a little. You're only -3 so far on that stupid move. And Marcus Mariota still on the bench. Why not? Let's keep.
By the way, Kears is carrying 3 quarterbacks currently.
He always carries 3. He'd carry 4 if he could. I think he could technically. I don't know. I don't know the rules. Why would I? I'm just the co-commissioner. Speaking of which, Johnny.
Yes.
How about age before beauty? Let's go over your point total of 49 before we get to mine.
Okay, let's do that. So we already kind of talked about yours, but mine.
Oh, we're going to get into mine in detail.
Had to pick up a quarterback after I lost my beloved Kirk Cousins. And Derek Carr got me a whopping 12, which, hey, got something out of the New Orleans offense without Josh McDaniel.
Better than nothing.
Rashad White, 2 touches. I plugged him in, gave me 12 points. Mustard, 9.
Mustard.
So all he could muster. Mustard in Germany. Cooper Kupp, nothing again.
Boy, still rough
Davis,
in LA.
Nothing. Jumbo Elliott, a whopping 4.
I believe that's his low total.
A terrible week until I picked up the Chargers thinking, hey, they're playing the Jets. They'll do something wrong. 87-yard punt return.
Beautiful.
12 points got me 49.
And that's a big difference between 37 and 49.
It sure is. I left 18 on the bench, though. Najee Harris scored again.
Yes, he did.
Second time in 3 weeks.
Signs of
Nico
life.
Collins.
Nico. Speaking of leaving points on the bench, let's take a look at my team. As we talked about the aforementioned superhero, Patty. Patty yourself on the back. Ketchup steak, boy. You disgust me. Tajay, we already said he threw it right over his head, John, right before the half. Oh, I slammed my remote down in disgust. Derrick Henry got a chippy 6. That's 3 weeks in a row I've gotten points on a Thursday. When you start 2 running backs, you're hoping for more than 6. I was hoping for 36, but I'll take the points. Evans, rare week without scoring. There's my other dart throw. Hardman. I switched it back and forth. I switched it to Josh Jacobs. I switched it 3 times, and I thought it'll hurt more if I go against my instinct, my first choice. And I did. He's not 13 plays. Apparently, they brought him back to return punts. He's good at it. I just thought he was going to be more involved in the offense. That experiment is over. Taysom Hill, baby. Look at you. 5 touchdowns. Burying the lead with 5 touchdowns in 3 weeks. He throws one, Johnny. He catches one, and I watched that game. I watch it, you know what? Because I had TV screens on my United flight. Thank you, United. DirecTV. I'll watch NFL Game Day all day long. I didn't even want to take a nap. And I watched both of those in, live time. The way they do it, it's about a 30-second delay. But I got to see him run one from the 1-yard line. He got stopped. And then they put Carr back, and I'm like, no. And then he threw it to Taysom. I'm like, I'll take the 6. He gets a rare receiving touchdown for a tight end and throws one for 18 points. I do believe he's the first player in NFL history to throw for 10, run for 10, and catch 10.
Wow.
We might want to have our crack staff check that stat, but I heard somebody say that they heard it or saw it on something.
Jimmy, get on that right now. Check
Get
it
on
out.
it, Jimmy. And then Aubrey with a down week with 7 points. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. On my bench, I pick up Gus Edwards. Johnny, I don't know why I didn't start him. I got nothing to say other than I just went with guys that I thought could get me a 24-pointer, and I benched Edwards, who had 12, and I benched Josh Jacobs, who had 12. So there's your 24 points there. And, man, there'd be a nice difference. What would that have been? 71 I would have had, Johnny.
Yeah, you might be in 5th place right now.
I still gained ground, but I got to feel good that those guys scored because moving forward, I don't think it looks too bad with Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, and Gus Edwards, who I don't care. Give him 4 carries as long as half of them are touchdowns. He had 5 carries, 2 touchdowns. Looks like that rookie's going to get some play. I don't care as long as you get down to the goal line and give it to Gus the Bus. My Gussie. So I don't know,
Brian,
Johnny. Yes.
3 weeks ago, you were in 7th place, 174 points out, which was a much bigger gap considering fewer points have been scored. Now you are in 6th, 163 points out. You are sniffing that magical within 100 at Thanksgiving turkey leg.
Things steady, 100 points exactly out of 3rd. That's not the goal, but it ain't Thanksgiving yet. And I've got momentum. I've got momentum in this fantasy league. I've got momentum in life, Johnny. Everything's coming up dunky. I feel very good. And now I'm finally getting a chance to bench Patrick Mahomes and start Kyler Murray.
Even trade him.
We're going to touch. You want to talk about that right now?
No.
No? Oh, you want to talk about it? Oh, we're going to keep it confidential because it's not going to be for a week. I like the way you think, Johnny. I like it because you're not getting Dobbs. I can tell you that much. I got 1 waiver claim in. I'll take him.
Might get Will Levis or Tyler Henneke or Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the way you want to go. Why don't you get Patrick Mahomes now that he's heating up? He's heating up. Oh, Johnny, he's almost got the 20 points. Hey, let's pour a little out. I'm drinking water right now because I've had my limit. I'm working tomorrow. I don't care if it's 2 p.m. I'm a goddamn professional. Pour a little out for our dear, sweet, kiss-loving fan, Ken. Way of the ass kickers. A devastating 8 points. When only your kicker scores. That is a sad day. The group. There is no group hug. It's just group hugging himself because nobody else is invited. Look at all those zeros.
There weren't even points on the bench.
Wow, that's hold the salt, John.
How did the Chargers score 27 points and Herbert didn't get in on any of them?
I have no idea. That is just devastating. Well, hey, Patty had 0 last week, and I was ready to kick him to the curb. But you know what? On the upswing, he did have Etienne Montgomery, who's still hurt. Christian Kirk, he was on bye. And then poor Justin Jefferson. Is he going to come back? We don't know. But I know that the Minnesota Vikings have won 4 games in a row, Johnny. You kidding me?
Yeah, the fourth with an astrophysicist.
Well, an astrophysicist who just got into town, like I think 6 hours before kickoff. He got there, they slapped a jersey on and said, "Don't worry, you're not going to play. Hey, we need you." And just on sheer grit and athleticism. So good for you, Dobbs. I'd like to see you on my team. I got to believe you're not going to be there because I do believe I lay 7th in the waiver list. Johnny, let's let you do the heavy lifting from here on out because I'm hammered. I'm pulling it off. I'm doing great.
Well, what would you like me to lift? We've talked about the scores. We've talked about the standings. Should we talk about some player stats and where we are in the individual brackets?
Let's sneak a little peekaloo.
So, stats for the year, all players. Our beloved Josh Allen, as much as our Bills stink, he is leading the charge with a 31-point lead. Nobody's even close in points scored. He's averaging 26 plus per game, followed by Jalen Hurts at 23 points a game, 310 total. Then Tua, then Kirk Cousins.
Well, look at that gap right there between the second and the third. That's a 50 point.
Oh, it's huge.
Huge gap. The cream is the cream in this league right now is Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts by leaps and bounds.
Absolutely. And by the way, Dobbs is in 6th. He's got 141 points. He played 4 games for the Cardinals, and 1 game with Minnesota, and he is in 4th place.
Unbelievable.
That's it. No, I'm sorry, in 6th place. That's insane.
That is crazy.
He's ahead of Herbert. He's ahead of Russell Wilson, CJ Stroud. I don't even know who half of these guys are that are up the top of the scoring. What is going on with our league?
Well, what's going on with the NFL? Because there's 8 backups, I do believe, started this week. It's just quarterbacks are going down. What running backs have been going down all year.
Violent game.
It's definitely a violent game. And imagine what these kids would be going through if they actually were allowed to be hit.
Yeah, right.
Good Lord. I'm in Florida. I was talking to it. One of the wonderful head of the advertising division at Ryder is a Miami Dolphins fan. Maybe a little talk of me going to that game because, hey, Johnny, Ryder's got a box. Ryder's got a box at Miami. All I'm saying, oh boy, I'm gonna hold you to that. You don't need to ask me twice. But I said, look, the greatest quarterback I've ever seen play is Dan Marino. I don't know if you would agree. I think you put him way up there, but imagine him with these rules where you can't touch the wide receivers and you can't touch the quarterbacks. Who knows what he would do? But look in this league, all the top ones are guys that can score with their legs. Although Tua really hasn't. Tua does. He seems like he's a running quarterback, but he really isn't. But Lamar Jackson is up there. Dobbs is up there. Wilson is up there. And then Patrick. Have a nice week off. Have a nice week off. Good Lord. Johnny, take us through the running backs.
Let's look at the running back, wide receiver, the skill players together. Just lump them all together. We got Beaver Brown, McCafferty with 126. He's been hot and cold, but overall, we're at the halfway point. He's on his way to a 250-point season, which is insane.
Unbelievable.
My own Raheem Mostert with a bye coming up is at 108. So he's already hit that century mark.
Yeah, this week with that 9-pointer.
Etienne with 82. Tyreek Hill, the leading receiver, at 78. A-Chain, who hasn't played, is still sitting there up in the top 5 at 75. You keep mentioning his name, Brian Robinson Jr. Every week he seems to score.
Unbelievable.
68 points.
I would have been surprised if that was this total for the entire year.
Yeah. Would you have been surprised to learn that Jordan Addison is the 2nd ranked wide receiver in our league?
Everybody called it. Everybody called it.
1 point ahead of Diggs. And then we got Taysom Hill
Oh,
6, 8,
baby.
9.
Oh,
Taysom Hill at 9 with 60 points, all of which have been scored in like the last
in the
5
last 3 weeks. I love it.
minutes.
Keep it going. And
Zach Moss.
I've seen every one of them. I've seen every one of them. And that, to me, that's joy. Oh, you see those out of position touchdowns? I can't explain to you how much fun it is when that happens. You and your point. Oh, I got 1.2 points on that one. High five, you guys. No, I'm throwing my son out the window. I'm so excited.
It's only a first floor walk up. Don't worry. It's not a far
There's
fall.
bushes. There's bushes.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He's good.
Zach Moss. Did we get rid of him too early?
Maybe we could use somebody right now, although I'm ready for Leonard. I want to see playoff Leonard. Let's go, Leonard. Lenny. I want to see Leonard pissed off.
I want to see Lemmy, not Lenny. Lemmy.
Oh, Lemmy.
Anyways, I think that's enough of the skill players. We can talk about the kickers and the fact that Jake Elliott had a bad week and it's still in number 1, but he's got a bye, so he may be available, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Maybe. In your league, look, I got the Pittsburgh defense in another league, and I see somebody drop Kansas City. Well, they're both top 5 defenses in traditional leagues. If you got room on your bench, take a look at that, because now I'm going to roster 2 defenses, and I'm just going to play the matchups for the rest of the season. So you got to keep an eye out on that, because, the buys are going to be over. If you got room on that bench, utilize it.
But I may not have room on my bench, and I may not keep Elliott, even though he's the number 1 kicker. And, at this point, I'm in third. I got to roll the dice every week with the best kicker matchup and the best defense special teams matchup.
Yes, you do. Now I'm rolling with Dallas for the rest of the season because, by the way, I do believe, has he broken an NFL record? Aubrey, he has not missed a field goal.
Ooh,
he missed an extra point real early on.
19 of 19.
Unbelievable. And for soccer, look at you, soccer player. Yeah, unbelievable.
By the way, Matt Gay, 4th in kicker scoring. He's available at New England. Could be a lot of points scored.
And you know what? You can change your name to My Kicker is Gay. That's what I did last year. We all got a good chuckle about it because we're inclusive here.
Yeah.
We're inclusive.
Hey, and then we look at the defense special teams, and Brian Dunkleman's own Dallas Cowboys are leading the charge with 57 points, followed by the Colts, who have they're available. And again, playing New England. Let's get the kicker and the defense and pile on Bill Belichick hard.
Oh, hard. There's talk of Billy not making it. Oh, oust him. They're not going to do that.
No, they're not.
Kraft will never do that. You guys just got to have something to talk about. We'll let you talk about that crap. This is more fun. Johnny,
by the way, we got about 8 minutes left because we've run short a couple times in the last few weeks. Just want to let you know. I don't know what our producer's doing, but
no, you know what? Last time we missed the time by about 5 seconds, and then we had to send you another. Man, I don't know how much producing I'm going to get done tonight. Johnny, can I tell you how grateful I am to the Ryder Corporation for bringing me back to shoot more of these spots, to be able to work in your chosen field after a horrific lost year. You're saving Christmas. God bless all of you fine people. And my guy, Sam Ryder, with another top 10 finish last week in Mexico. He's got one more tournament. One more tournament. And look, I didn't bring it up this time, but Pebble Beach Pro-Am was brought up. And he's like, well, it's going to be a lower field this time. And anybody who's in the top 60 of the FedEx gets in. I'm sitting at 59. I'm like, Johnny, I'm 50. I'm 1 away from me. Well, I'm assuming he'd ask me, for God's sake, you're my guy. But oh my God, would that be amazing? Teeing off at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Let's go, Sammy. One more tournament. Bring it home. Make my dreams come true. Let's shoot 15 or 20 more of these damn spots. God bless you, brother. God bless Florida.
Can I ask you, can I just get a little inside information on this commercial?
Yeah.
Are you actually portraying Paulie Gaultieri in the shot?
I love that cocksucker like a brother, and he fucked me in the ass.
Hey, go.
Are you Paulie Walnuts?
I am getting a little gray. Look at that. I just got to grow it out a little bit. Hey, T. I'm going to put some drops in this week. Maybe tomorrow.
That's a Sopranos reference for all you millennials that are tuning in.
Yes, it is. And if you haven't seen the Sopranos, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing? Johnny, I think it's time for final thoughts.
Apparently it is.
I gotta conserve the bandwidth. Johnny, I've been on since I landed. It ain't shoveling coal, but
when we do this, it's 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and it's like 1 o'clock on the East Coast, and I'm pretty tired. And I don't know.
I did have a 7 a.m. call time, and I got down there and I sat there and I was like, well, nobody's here yet. There's three, the director, the DP, and the producer. And I was like, 7:05. Well, this is weird. 7:10. All three of them are late. They forgot about me, Johnny. You ain't shooting nothing without me. What the talent? How about somebody give the talent a ride? They had to go early. They forgot about me, but they circled around. That's good.
That's good.
What a day, Johnny.
Final thoughts. Are the Bills playing this week? Most of my team is on a bye, so I got some major moves to make this evening. There are a lot of good guys available on the waiver wire with all the injuries and buys going on. You got to find somebody to pick up, make a move.
They're out there.
There's
guys out there. Look at that rookie from Baltimore. He could be, this is the time of year you can find league winners out there. Now I know that I'm looking forward to seeing what Kyler Murray has. His first game back. Is he going to run? I don't know, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes has 18 points. That's his second highest total of the year. Kyler Murray is going to have 18 points in one play, Johnny.
Yes, absolutely.
One play. That's why you draft somebody like that. We'll see. He's got something to prove. He's playing for his career. Really, this is a showcase for him to see what he has left, because Atlanta's maybe looking at trying to get Caleb with the first pick because they're shit in the bed. We'll see what happens. I hope he throws caution to the winds and just runs like the wind. Let's go, Kyler Murray. And we'll see let's see if Patrick Mahomes is going to be packing his bags. I might make a bad trade just because it's good podcasting. Right, Johnny?
Come to Maine, Patrick.
Come to me, Patrick. Yeah, you take your corncob ass and ship it right out the door. Good luck in week 10. Johnny, is it really week 10?
It really is.
Oh, we're into the double digits. We are double digits. We are over the hump. Cherish every week. Cherish every game. This is why we do it.
Because the rest of you only got like 3 weeks left till playoffs.
Yeah, you're stupid head-to-head. Playoffs? We don't have playoffs. Everybody makes the playoffs.
We're talking about practice?
We're talking about practice. Check out this scoring system. I'm telling you, you guys are addicted. If you're watching this, you're addicted, or you're related, or your friends or family. Let's just face it. But if you're doing all these dumb 2-quarterback flex leagues, just check this out. It's so much more fun. Trust me, you're going to want Taysom Hill on your team. Good luck in week 10. Johnny, I'm glad that I figured out the technical difficulties and we were able to do this. I don't ever want to miss a week, even if I'm on the road working like God intended. For John Burrell, I'm Brian Dunkleman saying we'll see you next time on OG Fantasy Football. Go Bills.
Go Bills.